Greetings, faithful followers. This is your old pal, Brother Jack Angry, along with Ash.
And Inferna.
And we wanted to take a moment before the show to thank our sponsor, Lovers Luxuries, located at 61st and Maple in Benson, the finest erotic boutique in the city of Omaha. You can visit their website at www.loverluxuries.com, or you can Google them and find a location, the directions to their store. Drop in, say hi, and tell them the Angry Brothers and Ash and Inferna sent you. Well, we hope you enjoy the show.
Bye. Bye.
Greetings, faithful followers. This is your old pal, Brother Jack Angry, along with Ash and Inferna. And tonight we're going to take a small break from the usual brand of mayhem that goes on here at the Monastery of Mayhem. And
at least try to.
Yeah. James hasn't been here for a while, so things have kind of calmed down a little bit. But we're hoping that Brother James will be back with us sooner or later. And he told me to say hi to Chicken Legs. And we're just going to kind of kick back and relax, and we're going to put in one of our favorite movies, which is Plan 9 from Outer Space. Now, this movie stars Bela Lugosi and Namala Murray, who you would know as Vampira, one of the first female horror hosts. She actually was popular in the mid to late 50s and early 60s, and she broadcast out of a station in Los Angeles, California, one of the big network affiliates out of Los Angeles. And her show was quite popular in the California regional area, particularly Southern California. We're just going to kind of watch the movie, and we're just going to have a little bit of a kind of a roundtable discussion with me and the girls and about the movie and what we liked and what we didn't like and some of the features, and we want you all to have a good time. So we're going to get started with the movie. We've got our drinks going. Well, we did have we'll have to get you a refill, won't we?
I didn't get a drink.
Well, why not? You know where the bar is. Go get one. What do you want?
Well, I told you, I got a new job. I have to stay on the straight and narrow for a while.
Oh, Jesus. Next thing you know, she'll walk in here carrying a Bible and...
Oh, God, please.
I think I've had your drink.
Okay, well,
that's mine.
we will work on that. But
where that came from.
Yes, and Ash has got to be good.
Why do you have 2 drinks?
She's one of them.
I don't even have one.
I come
you don't have one either.
No, I don't. Wait a minute. How the hell does that work? Wait.
It's like a fish over here.
Yeah, it's like...
You're like the new James.
I'm feeling pretty good, too.
Yeah, it's like... if she gets any heifer, spring is just going to be busting out all over here.
God, maybe I need to quit my job.
I'd like to quit my job sometimes.
You're a good corrupter. Keep it up.
Yes. Oh, by the way, Ash, the Catholic Church called. They want you to make a return engagement.
You?
Yeah, something. What was it they said?
They want me to go to confession or what?
Well, no, they said they want you. The priests want you to come back. They're having a party. They want you to entertain at. Something about jumping out of a giant communion wafer.
Okay.
All right. Well, I think. Well, on that note, before we're dying, I'm dying out here. So without any further ado, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and watch Plan 9 from Outer Space, starring Bela Lugosi and Namala Murphy here, or I'm sorry, Namala Murray. It's like I don't know what it is, people, today. It's just
Where is she from anyway? What is that origin?
Namala, I believe she's Hungarian.
Hungarian.
Yes.
Yeah, Murphy, that would be like Irish. So.
Yeah, it's Murray. It's M-U-R-I, if I'm not mistaken correctly. I'll check
it's
the
like
movie.
somewhere near Transylvania, right?
Yeah, exactly. That whole she's got that whole Eastern European thing going, moose and squirrel kind of thing.
And she wears bustiers.
Yes, she
really
was.
Tight ones.
She was one of the first actresses to make the corset popular. As a matter of fact, the whole goth look, she started that with the black outfits, the white makeup, the black lipstick, and the black nail polish. It's like everybody.
How big was her waist anyway? It was like tiny,
12?
tiny, tiny.
Actually, I think her waist was a total of like between 12 and 16 inches around.
That is
So
tiny.
she really knew how to tie that corset up.
Oh my god.
Well, I mean, what is yours? I mean, yours looks...
Not that small. Not that small.
Well, I don't know. I mean, we've received a lot of emails on your corsets and everything. I mean, didn't people think we were airbrushing the photos?
Yeah, they did. No Photoshop there.
Okay, well, we're going to go ahead and get back to the movie, Plan 9 from Outer Space, here on the Angry Brothers Omaha Rama. And welcome back. This is the halfway point of the movie, and wasn't that interesting? Now, some of the little bits of trivia you might not know about Plan 9 from Outer Space is Plan 9 was actually voted by the Raspberries, which is kind of like the Oscars of bad movies. It won the all-time Razzie Award for being the worst movie ever produced. The only other movie that has come close to it was the Albert S. Ruddy film that was done in the early 80s called Megaforce, starring Barry Bostwick and Michael Beck and Persis Khambatta, whom you might know from Star Trek: The Motion Picture. Plan 9 from Outer Space has the distinction of being, one of the poorest, most poorly made, poorly produced movies. I mean, for example, every time they show the flying saucers, the way they wobble back and forth, and you can actually see the fishing wire that's attached to them, and they're being moved around on it, and it's probably some guy with a pole swinging it back and forth in front of the set. But it's...
You mean it's not an actual saucer from outer space?
No, but it looks like a huge cigar.
No, dear, it's not, but you keep believing.
They really fooled me.
But anyway, yes, unfortunately, no, they're not real. One thing, another little interesting little bit, Bela Lugosi actually died halfway through the filming. Because you can notice, you see the part where him as the old man, walks in front of the car, and then the next thing they said, the guy with the cape like this, that was actually Ed Wood's dentist.
I thought it was his wife's chiropractor.
Oh, you're right. You know what? Damn it, you're right. You're exactly right. It was actually
with more hair.
It was his wife's chiropractor who Ed Wood had convinced to put Lugosi's cape on and do this through the whole movie. But if you notice that guy is like almost half a head taller than Bela Lugosi would have been, so you can see the height difference right off the bat, and the fact that how many of us walk around like this all day? But it was still...
I do sometimes.
Yes, well, we won't talk about your personal life. And what you do on your own time is your own...
Just throwing it out there.
Okay, what you do in your own time is your own business. And how many times have I told you, if you're going to do that, film it so the rest of us can watch.
Yeah, behind the scenes.
You want to see my business? You want to see what goes on in my personal life?
I've often wondered.
The elusive Ash.
Yes, the elusive Ash. Well, one of these days we're going to do a special on you.
Oh God.
Yes, and we still got to get Inferna here on her own special. Put her in front of the camera by herself.
Oh my.
Well,
I'll just be a follower.
No, you're a little more than a follower. But anyway,
She's a bitch from hell.
That's
The
right.
bitch from hell.
That's right. She is. Nobody messes with the bitch from hell around here. She kicks all our asses pretty regularly.
I just look tamed right now.
Yes,
She has to control herself.
She's had a couple of drinks, so she's feeling good.
Yep, the poison.
Yes, there you go. Yes, we could use more of that around here. It's getting kind of dry lately.
Yeah. Yeah. What? Tell me about it. Where's my drink?
Yeah, it's like,
She's got two over there.
Quit your bitching already. We'll get you a drink here at the next break. But anyway, the big police detective was played by Tor Johnson, who was a well-known wrestler at that time. He actually did matches at the Los Angeles, the local municipal arenas, and he wrestled alongside some of the greats like Gorgeous George and Vern Gagne and other notables at that time, back when wrestling was actually wrestling. It wasn't the poor man's opera that it is today. Guys actually got in the ring and wrestled. There was actually some of the Greco-Roman science going on, not just the theatrics that they do today, which is why I don't watch much wrestling. I gave that up years ago.
WrestleMania.
Yes, WrestleMania.
I was just disappointed that Undertaker cut all his hair off. I was thoroughly disappointed in that.
Well, I'm not familiar with the Undertaker, but
definitely a downgrade for him.
I do remember he did have long hair, didn't he?
Yeah, he cut it all off.
Oh, wonder why.
Horrible now.
Yeah, well, maybe he's trying to improve his character somewhat. Those wrestling types, they're very theatrical.
Sure.
Okay, well, again, the crowd goes mild, faithful followers. So what we're going to do is we're going to get back to the movie Plan 9 from Outer Space, starring Bela Lugosi, here on the Angry Brothers Omaha Rama, and we'll get Ash a drink and see if we can get a little more life out of her. Greetings, faithful followers. This is Brother Jack Angry, along with Ash and Inferna, here at the Monastery of Mayhem, deep in the bowels of Omaha, Nebraska. And we've just finished watching the movie Plan 9 from Outer Space. Now, I guess we've said here, so Ash, what exactly did you like about the movie?
It was just one of those movies that it's like so bad that it's good. It was awesome.
Inferno, what did you like about it?
I like the backgrounds.
Yes,
They're pretty neat.
I like the Vampira.
She's very.
At that time, she was actually a local if I'm not mistaken, she was did some local fashion work, modeling for stores, and I think did some bathing suit work and some lingerie
Misfits
work.
made a song about her.
Yes.
The Misfits actually named their record label after this movie, Plan 9.
Okay. Well, I wasn't aware of that, but that's another interesting little bit of trivia. I know Namala Murray has just been recently nominated into the Horror Host Hall of Fame, or is part of it. Last year they actually had a celebration of like either the 40th or the 50th anniversary of the making of this movie, and they actually had a big contest to find the next Vampira, and they did a big tribute show in, I believe it was Indianapolis. You can look that up, and you can Google Vampira on the internet to find out more about her. I'm not sure that any of her actual TV episodes have survived. I'll have to look into that, but I know a lot of them were recycled because at that time they used the studio reel-to-reel videotapes, and they would save money on tape cost. They would actually just record anything that they had broadcast, they would then record over it for next week's broadcast. So unfortunately a lot of her footage was lost, which is kind of a shame.
Yeah, I would have liked to see that.
Yeah, she is actually a very attractive woman. I'm sure she was quite stunning both in and out of her makeup. But anyway, so you like the sets, Ash, or Inferna. Isn't it funny, like when people would walk by the tombstones, the way they'd
They're
wobble?
just moving, yeah.
Yeah, the
back screen where it's they move it to make it look like the sky.
Yes, and some of the scenes they would shoot the actors like the general and the gunnery sergeant talking to each other. That's against a background, and it just comes off looking so kind of like something what we do here.
Yeah, kind of like our shows.
It's also neat to see how they call flying saucer instead of UFO. How things are worded different to from then to today, and
Well, yeah, there's definitely a different mindset about it.
What year was the movie?
Actually, the movie was made in 1959.
1959.
And that was pretty much at the height of the Cold War. I mean, Hollywood was going through the communist scare, and a lot of directors and studio personnel and technicians were being blacklisted by the McCarthy administration as being un-American, and many couldn't find jobs, so they would have to resort to doing second-rate projects such as Plan 9. Even Ed Wood was had gotten caught up with it. If I remember correctly, there had been some questioning by the McCarthy administration about his patriotism and his Americanism, and the Committee on Un-American Activities. He was actually looked at by them, if I'm not mistaken. It was just a really bad time. I mean, a really paranoid time. And unfortunately, at that time, you had the communist scare. The Russians had the atomic bomb, and everybody was expecting nuclear attack at any moment. So it really showed through in the mindsets, and it came across in the productions of the films at that time.
And just aliens alone.
Well, that's it. You know, it's like everybody was aliens. You know, nobody wanted to come out and say communism, so they just say men from Mars or aliens. Nowadays you say aliens and everybody thinks you're talking about somebody's gardener or somebody's maid, but it's not that kind of an alien, people. But anyway, next week's movie is going to be The Beach Girls and the Monsters, another in the fine films that we bring you here at the Angry Brothers Omaha Shakorama. You know, and we might even take a trip to the beach, who knows? But anyway, faithful followers, I'm Brother Jack Angry, along with Ash and Inferna, wishing all of our faithful followers to keep watching, visit the website, visit the blogs, buy some stuff, will you?
Yeah!
You know, we don't do this for free. You know, go buy something. You know, don't you want to be wearing an Angry Brothers t-shirt? You know, we have some really wonderful posters, and you know, Ash will even sign a photo, and Inferno will too, and we're going to be appearing at Lovers Luxuries in Omaha, Nebraska pretty soon. That's on 61st and Maple. It's a really great store. Check them out. Their website, www.loverslux.com.
And go check out the Tunnel of Love. Do some spins inside of there and fall over and throw up like I did.
Yeah. That's an interesting picture. We should have got that one on film. You know, she looks like a little chihuahua when she barks. But anyway, I tried it and I almost puked too. It's really something. I mean, that messes you up quite well.
Yeah, definitely. If you're gonna drop some acid, that's someplace you have to check out. Even if you don't, you know, go for it anyway.
But we don't endorse dropping of any illegal substances, do we?
Well, I'm not endorsing it. I'm just saying,
okay.
If you happen to drop acid, you know,
all
it's a fun place to be.
Get your laser beam out.
Yes, there you go. It's like we'll all get our lasers out and go to the nearest rave and dance around. All right, well, faithful followers, you enjoy yourselves in unpleasant dreams. Well, greetings, faithful followers. This is your old pal, Brother Jack Angry, along with
Ash
and Inferna.
And we wanted to take a moment at the end of the show here to thank our sponsor, Lovers Luxuries, located at 61st and Maple in downtown Benson, the finest erotic boutique in the city of Omaha. We hope you'll stop in and visit them and check out their website for really great deals and information about the store, and that's at www.loverluxuries.com. And tell them the Angry Brothers and Ash and Inferno sent you. Well, good night and unpleasant dreams.
Mwah. Good night, guys.